a 4-bedroom family home, half a private island, 10 brand new Mustang GTs, 5,000 shares in Gamestop, or a handbag. All of which could be yours for just a low price of $500,000. Yes, I said that correctly, $500,000. Let me tell you a story. About 2 years ago, I was in Dubai, I was on a flight, I was waiting for my flight, I was on the way to UK. Back in the days where, holy shit, can you imagine we could leave the country? And I had about an hour to kill before my next flight, so I thought I'd walk around the Dubai airport and see, hey, how do these billionaires live? I'd love to get a taste. So I walk into this high-end handbag store by the name of Hermes. You might have heard of it. Now, I walk in and I see this black handbag, and I look at the price tag, and it's $10,000. I nearly spat out my coffee, thinking, holy shit, is this a typo? Or did that actually say $10,000 for a handbag? I was like, who the fuck in their right mind would pay 10 grand for a handbag? And then I look to the handbag next to it, and this particular handbag looks very similar. The only difference is this handbag on the right is selling for $50,000 instead of 10 grand. Now, two thoughts immediately occurred to me. Number one, some people in Dubai clearly have way too much money and have no idea what to do with it. The second thought that occurred to me was, suddenly, this $10,000 handbag over here, that doesn't seem like that bad of a deal anymore. Shit, maybe if I was in the market for a high-end luxury handbag, I might actually consider it. And I thought about this for a while, and this led to me doing a bit of research and discovering what would become my absolute favorite sales tactic of all time, and that would be price contrasting. Put very simply, all it really means is take the thing that you want to sell right there and just put something next to it that's a lot more expensive, but pretty similar. And suddenly, the thing you wanted to sell suddenly looks like way better of a deal. Now, I started looking around and I realized very quickly that shit, pretty much every high-end luxury store, car store, jewelry store, clothing store is pretty much doing the same exact thing. You look everywhere and you'll see this principle in action. See, there's an interesting human bias where when presented with about 3 options, we will tend to play it safe and choose the one in the middle. Why do you think Starbucks has so many different sizes of coffee? Okay, you walk in there and you've never been to Starbucks before. I don't know where you've been living. Maybe Australia, because we don't really have Starbucks here. But you walk in and you're like, shit, there's a long line. I'm up next. The pressure's on. They're in a rush. There's 5 options here. How the fuck do I know which one to choose? That one in the middle, okay? Because you don't want to be too much on this end where you're a cheapskate, and you don't want to be too much over here where you're like, I'm a caffeine addict. And so you play it safe. It's conditioned into our brains to choose the one in the middle. Now, what happens is when you take away the third option, and let's say you just have 2, most people will tend to typically go for the cheaper option. Now, I thought about this for a little while, and I was like, you know what? I have a sales call booked for tomorrow. Let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can apply some of these cheeky Hermes principles into my call and see what happens. To be honest, I was pretty astonished as to what I was about to discover. So we did the call as usual, diagnosed his situation, where he's at, where he wants to go, what's stopping him, etc. I present my options. This is back in my days of being an email copywriter. And I said, well, hey, based on what you told me, I believe I can help. What I do is I'm happy to write you 30 loyalty building, sales driven emails every single month. So basically a daily email that builds a connection, builds a relationship with your audience and sells stuff at the same time. And for that, I charge $2,500 a month. And he said, okay, what else do you do? Is there any other options? Is there a level where I can get more emails or less emails, or do you offer anything else? And I thought about it and I went, yeah, you know what? I can also do your Instagram posts every single day and your Facebook posts every single day. I'll write the copy for the posts, give me a Google Docs full of pictures, and I'll post them on your behalf. So that way you never need to worry ever again about doing any of your emails or social posts. It's all taken care of for you without having to lift a finger or push a button. And you went, that sounds pretty good. How much is that? And I went, and I'd never sold that before. So I just immediately thought of the highest number I can think of. And I was like, $5,000. And you already said, okay, let's do it. And I went, credit card number? Signed him up on the spot. Got off the phone and I was like, holy shit! I just made $5,000 in 45 minutes. Mom, check this out. You'll never believe this. And I learned something from that moment moving forward. Was what I started to notice is I started to do this on every single call that I had. And my closing rate actually went up around about 20%. Meaning, before, when I just had one option that was yes or no, I would typically close at around like 50% or something like that. But when I introduced this second option, suddenly your options go from yes or no to A or B, 2,500 or $5,000. And what I started to notice was about 20% or more people would say yes, and they would actually take me up on my normal $2,500 a month email marketing option, right? And what I also noticed is about 1 in 5 to 1 in 10 people actually chose the 5K one. So that's a nice boost as well. And from then on, I was like, Eureka! I've discovered this is it. This is the secret to sales. And it's worked pretty well for me since then. So I thought I'd share that one with you. So bringing this back to the most important human in the entire world, and that is you. What I challenge you, I encourage you to do, give this a shot on your next call. Maybe you are a freelance email copywriter, maybe you do sales pages, maybe you're a media buyer, you offer ads, maybe you do Instagram captions or whatever it is. See if you can think of a second option, an upsell, something that is a higher level of service on top of the normal thing that you offer. Charge a premium for that service. It could be an extra 1,000, 2,000, shit, it could be twice as much, even more than that, every single month. Again, remember the only purpose of this is to make the main thing that you offer look cheaper. If anyone takes you up on it, that's just a bonus, okay? I assure you, you will start to get some pretty impressive results and your close rate is probably gonna go up a fair bit as well. So give that a shot. Let me know how you go. All I ask is that when you sign your next client doing this, feel free to send me a testimonial. Let me know about it. I love hearing about the successes of my clients, my students, my general audience. So please do write me in. Let me know how that went for you. If it worked, sign you a client. Even if it didn't, feel free to destroy the like button while you're there. Smash that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified when the next video drops. And I'll see your beautiful self very, very soon.